What is going on, guys? Jason Burke here, Styles Clash for Life, coming at you on YouTube today with Tales from the Fort. My movie review segment on YouTube is back, and today I wanted to talk about one of the most anticipated horror films of the entire year, if not the most looked forward to horror film of the year. That is Krampus. Everyone's been talking about this movie for a long time now. Trick or Treat fans have been really rallying around this thing and really excited to see it and talk about it. I just saw it this past Monday. I wanted to get you guys here and talk about it real briefly. First off, there will be spoilers in this review. Probably not big ones, but there might be big ones. I don't know yet. Haven't thought this through yet, but there are spoilers in this review. So if you have not seen Krampus and you don't want to be spoiled, pause this video, go watch Krampus, and then come back to me. But I like the movie a lot overall. Michael Dougherty, the director of Trick or Treat, made this movie. And did a pretty good job with it. Coming off of Trick or Treat, fans had certain expectations, and I think he met those. There were a lot of good things about this. Number one, they mentioned my Steelers. Most of you guys that know me now on YouTube know that I am from Pittsburgh, and I am a diehard, live and breathe Steeler fan. And so they mentioned my Steelers in here, that the kids were upset because the Steelers had lost a game. So very cool shout out to Pittsburgh in this movie. The environment was great. It was very Christmassy. A lot of horror films, they call themselves Christmas horror films, just call themselves that, and they set themselves around Christmas, and that's it. There's no actual Christmas ambiance. They don't actually execute the Christmas style very, very well. But this was done very well, very Christmassy. It was the environment was very snowy, and everything was decorated nicely. The environment was really cool and kinesthetic and cool to look at. The house reminded me and my date of Home Alone a lot. We thought about Home Alone, which kind of ties into the child as well, the story a little bit too. But it looked kind of Home Alone-like, which was cool. I really enjoyed all the Christmas decorations, the family coming over for Christmas. The whole thing just felt very Christmassy. The environment was great. It lived up to the hype 100%. As far as the story, for those of you guys that don't know or live under a rock, what are you doing with yourselves? Just kidding. The story essentially, pardon me, the story essentially is a child wants to have Christmas like he did when he was a kid. He wants the season to be like Christmas is when he was a child. And so he writes a letter to Santa Claus asking for all these things. His family comes over, and I guess the kid's parents are amidst going through some fighting. They're not getting along as well. Him and his sister don't spend as much time together. The aunts and uncles and kids that come over kind of treat him like crap. They're kind of like trailer trash kind of people that don't get along with the main family in the movie. The kids are kind of bullies to him. So he's going through a rough time around the holidays. He's down in the holiday spirit. Things aren't like they used to be. And so the family comes over, they kind of tease him and torment him. And so he eventually gets mad and tears up his Christmas letter to Santa and throws it out the window, which angers the Christmas gods and send for Krampus. Krampus is the shadow of St. Nicholas, as he's called, kind of the evil Santa Claus, who, when the traditions of Christmas are broken and Christmas spirit and hope is lost, Krampus comes back to punish those who don't believe in Christmas and don't spend the holiday the right way, and leaves them as a reminder of what the holiday should be. So he's kind of the punishing Santa Claus who takes it out on kids that don't believe or celebrate Christmas the right way. Really well done. Again, this is a comedy horror movie. It's PG-13. It is not a straight slasher. It's not like a Trick or Treat. It's not like one of the 80s slashers. There's a lot of comedy in it before the horror starts and while the horror is going on. It's pretty campy. It reminds me in a way of the 80s because it is kind of silly at times. Some of the toys can be kind of silly and kid-like. So there is a lot of campiness and comedy in this movie. So if you're expecting a straight horror movie, you're going to be a little let down because this is a nice mix of horror and comedy, which I liked. I thought it was done well. Krampus basically has these toys come and aid him in punishing the family. So there's these funny gingerbread cookies that are just kind of giddy and laughing and running around causing mayhem, trying to kill people. It's pretty great. My favorite part of the entire movie was the gingerbread men. I love the maniacal, funny, giddy gingerbread soldiers. They're hilarious. I totally want those toys. If someone has those toys, I want to find them somewhere. They're awesome. But the rest of the toys included kind of an Annabelle-style doll, There was another doll involved. A bunch of Christmas toys gone awry that sort of terrorized the family and captured a couple of the children. The snowstorm blizzard outside, which had everybody kind of isolated and kept them kind of locked in the house, was really cool. It set up for good tension building. And then basically, I guess to kind of skip ahead, because we don't have an hour and a half to review this, basically, in the end of the film, the child kind of, the remaining siblings kind of get thrown into the fiery pit hole thing, and the main character says, wait, I want my family back, take me instead. He sacrifices himself, and Krampus, unlike most Christmas characters, doesn't care. He takes the boy and throws the boy into the fire as well, the fiery hole thing as well. So the boy realizes the spirit of Christmas, the family kind of bands together, and they still get thrown down this hole. So the boy wakes up, and they kind of imply that it's a dream, and immediately I go crazy because I hate dream finishes. They're so cheap. They're such an easy way out. They kind of ruin the story for me. They kind of feel like a waste of time when the entire movie or show ends in a dream sequence. I hate it. They kind of implied there was a dream sequence, but it actually wasn't. The twist at the end was that the family is all still alive and still back together again when the boy wakes up, but they are actually alive and together inside Krampus's Christmas ball. He has this kind of a snow globe in which the entire family is living in now. When he threw them down the hole, they wound up in this Christmas ball, and as they pan back, he has these hundreds of Christmas balls of families that he's kept in the past. So basically, if you go against Krampus's wishes, you can probably find the spirit of Christmas again with your family, but you'll be doing it inside a snow globe inside Krampus's world. So very cool, kind of paranormal sci-fi kind of ending there. Well done, well done. Nice credits, good features on the pictures popping up and stuff. The grandmother as well was kind of the soothsayer of this. She had the Krampus ornament, which she told the story of how Krampus comes and takes your parents and leaves the kid to remember what the sins are and why you should live for Christmas. So she set it up very nicely. It was well cast very nicely. It was well cast. I can't recall a lot of their names. I don't know who played who. I apologize. But the actors were well cast, and it was all done well. The kids added a lot to it. The grandmother was excellent. Everyone did their part. And it taught some good lessons of family. And again, there was a lot of funny jokes and some corny stuff in there as well, but it kind of led for a nice mix of horror comedy. So if you guys want to see horror comedy, Krampus is totally worth seeing. I would give this about a 6.5 out of 10, maybe a 7 out of 10. So somewhere in the 6.5 to 7 range. So do you want to see Krampus, and what are you most looking forward to about it? Tell me down below. If you have not seen it, do you want to see it? If you have seen it, what did you think of it? Did my review do a good job of talking about the movie? What were your favorite parts and least favorite parts, and why? What did you like and dislike the most, and why? What other horror films are you looking forward to? And how much do you want to see Michael Dougherty do Trick or Treat 2? And do you think Krampus will be the next Trick or Treat of the Christmas holidays? So give me your feedback down below. I'd love to hear it. And until then, guys, stay scared, dim the lights, lock your doors, and enjoy the movies. This has been Tales from the Fort, and I will see you soon.